What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I wanted to go ahead and try this Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette one more time. I'm just pretty much kind of using some of the same shades that I used in yesterday's video. I will try to insert on the screen each shade that I used, or at least kind of like mark and let you know which one. But I wanted to kind of post, like, I wanted to pretty much get a feel for some of the makeup products that I just recently picked up during the Sephora savings event. There was a brush set that I bought from Real Techniques. It is their holiday brush kit. So I wanted to definitely put that to use in today's video as well. And then I wanted to try out, since I did purchase two foundations initially, I did want to go ahead and try out one of those foundations as well, again, on today's video. But yes, you guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. But this is pretty much the eye look that we came up with. I'm going to try to clean this up as best as I can to make sure that all the colors are blended, everything looks cohesive. Honestly, for today, we are just gonna do mascara. I'm gonna curl the lashes and do mascara. We're not gonna do lashes on today. But have you guys shopped the sale yet? Have you guys went and explored like anything that was new in Ulta? Let me know in the comments down below. But yes, this is the look. So I am going to go in first with primer, of course. We're pretty much done with the eyes. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to apply, again, the mascara, curl the lashes, Danessa Myricks water powder serum, and then I'm also going to use the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blur Balm on the perimeter of my face, and that is going to be the base for today. This is another product that I'm really trying to get into, this Yummy Skin base. I don't feel like this one is worth it, in my personal opinion. Water powder serum, yes. The balm, and I feel like I could do without, but I'm going to use it because I don't want to waste my money. All right, you guys, we are going to go in with the Haus Labs foundation in the shade 300. As I mentioned yesterday when I showed you guys my haul, that I picked up shade 300. I currently have shade 330, but I feel like I needed something a little bit lighter, something that matched my skin tone a little bit better. Another issue, or something else, I'm going to be very honest. When I did my video yesterday, I typically like to do my eye makeup first and then do the base. That way I'm not worried about fallout or any issues. So yesterday I decided, it took me forever to get this out of the box. Yesterday I decided to do the eyes after. And I felt like I was trying to be careful so that I didn't mess up the base. So today I wanted to really use the Makeup by Mario palette. If I'm being very, very honest, I am very underwhelmed with the palette. I don't feel like it looks like anything. Like, it looks very bland. And I did put like an eyeshadow base and everything. Like, I did prime the eyelids. So I'm not 100% happy with it. Part of me is thinking about going to return it, if I'm being very honest. I feel like I'm just not having... Okay, that's shade 300. I do have this new brush from my new Real Techniques kit. Oh, I like this little brush. Oh, yeah. Shade 300 is a winner. I like this shade. Okay, so shade 300. If you are my foundation twin, I feel like shade 300 will work for us, especially in the winter, like cold months. But yes, the Makeup by Mario palette, I'm not pleased with it. This is my second time using it, and I just don't feel like it's giving. So, unfortunately, I have to take that drive. We are going to go ahead and do cream bronzer to use. I haven't used this in a while. Sephora contour stick in the shade medium to tan. So I'm just gonna place that here. I need to learn how to do the placement, like cup it a little bit, because I feel like that would help, especially with my face shape. So the Real Techniques brush set that I purchased came with this flat contour brush. It is the brush 258. So I am going to go ahead and blend this out. I may need to hurry because I don't want this contour to dry down too fast. So this is like a mixture of kind of using products I already have. Also revisiting some of the products that I did just pick up during the Sephora sale. Again, there are a few more items that I wanted from Sephora. So honestly, when I go and return that eyeshadow palette, I might as well just, I don't know, it's not his best. Like, I don't know. And like I said, I primed the eyelids. I always prime my eyelids. But even yesterday, like, I know that I didn't really like my eyeshadow look. I know that I had some issues with the you know, my eyes being irritated for whatever reason, but I just personally I can't even do it. I think for blush today, I am going to use this one from Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Latte, and we are just going to use this for the blush. Something very simple, brown and simple. I love a good warm blush. So I'm gonna use this brush. This was in Morphe's holiday kit last year. It's like this angled brush. I did use this at first for like concealer, but I just feel like, especially if you don't apply too much blush, or you know, you don't have much space for your blush, I feel like this brush fits perfectly in this area for me. So I have been loving to use this for that purpose. This brush set that I got from Real Techniques, it did come with a makeup sponge, and it also came with a concealer brush. So we are going to try out the concealer brush today. But yes, you guys, I don't like the palette. And I feel bad. If I'm being honest, I feel bad. I'm one of those people, and I used to say this a lot, I don't like returning things. I have to tell myself to stop doing that because I don't want to be wasteful. But I'm also going to just exchange it for something else. I'm not just going to return it. Like, there's other products that I want, so I might as well just use that opportunity to, sorry y'all, I might as well use that opportunity to get those products. But okay, so this is the concealer brush in the shade, in the number 242. This is their Kitten Paw concealer brush with Real Techniques. I saw this a lot on TikTok, and I don't know if this brush is sold separately or if it was in one of their original like brush kits. But so far she's doing a good job. Sometimes it just works using a brush because I feel like you get more coverage as opposed to a sponge. And then I'm going to take this paper towel and wipe off any excess, so that way the brush is not like really wet. Okay, so I'm going to take that brush that we use for the foundation, and I'm just going to kind of go over these areas to kind of make sure everything is blended cohesively before we go in and set with our powders. I think for the sake of today's, well, for the look today, I'm going to probably use some type of like peachy, see, everything looks blended, but I'm going to use some type of peachy powder maybe, and go ahead and set where we place that concealer. We're going to set the perimeter of the face, make sure that everything is Nothing is running anywhere. Okay, actually, I'm just going to use my translucent talc-free Laura Mercier. This is one of the best talc-free powders. I know a lot of people that have oily combo skin, you know, we don't like the whole talc-free thing because for whatever reason, the talc actually helps seal in the makeup a lot better. Let me just get this sponge and kind of touch up under these eyes. One thing I don't, so the Real Techniques brush kit came with their sponge. I've never been a big fan of their sponge because it feels a little bit hard. It's not as soft as like a beauty blender or something like that, but I did go ahead and wet it just to have it on standby in case I need it. We are just going to take this Laura Mercier and set the face down. And then for pressed powder today, I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade number 3. This is definitely, see my eyes watering already. I cannot. In the shade number 3, this is definitely another go-to pressed powder for me. If I'm going to be honest, okay, I have 3 top pressed powders. Charlotte Tilbury, One Size, and the Too Faced pressed powder that I showed you guys that I picked up yesterday. Those 3, top 3. I will repurchase those 3 if those were my only options. They just work for me. And with blush, I want to do, oh, it's like I want to do Huda Beauty again. Maybe we can use, because I have other blushes that I really like too, but we'll go ahead and use this one from Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Toasty Peach. So we used Roseberry yesterday. We'll go ahead and use Toasty Peach today. Let me find a clean blush brush, and I'm just gonna swirl in all 3 except for the like the little shimmer shade. See, this one doesn't have much pigment, but we gon' I think it just gives you a nice flush of color, which is fine. It is what it is. Yeah, I think this one is, Toasty Peach is perfect for lighter skin tones. I just don't think that it does much. I feel like I would have to build it up a lot. But it gives you a nice flush. I think especially like going into work, going into the office or something like that, just gives you a nice little pop of blush without doing too much, as opposed to me putting like a baby doll pink on my face to go into the office. But now for bronzer. So this, I'm using REM Beauty's bronzer in the shade Blazed. And whatever's left over, I just kind of run it on my nose. I'm not perfect with contouring the nose, but we at least have some color. For highlighter, I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter in Glow Seeker. Not too much. I'm going to wipe off the excess lip balm that I got from CoverGirl. And we are going to do a lip combo. Give me 1 second. Let me figure out what lip combo we're going to use. Okay, you guys, for the lip liner, I am using Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Lip Crayon. This is in the shade, ooh, NB 4.5. And then for lipstick, I'm going to use Haze by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I feel like this lipstick will go with a cool tone or a brown lip liner. It is very universal in my opinion. And then of course, who would I be if I did not add gloss? For the gloss, I'm going to keep it very simple. This is Huda Beauty's gloss in She Glitzy. So it's like that milky white gloss, but it won't take away from the lip combo. Like the color of the lip combo. This is pretty much the completed look. I'm going to spray and set the face first before I did already add mascara on my top lashes. Let me try to re-curl. They still feel a little wet. So I'm going to spray and set the face with this, y'all. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I have the original Juvia's Place setting spray, and it's also called Ready Set Sealed. I think they are getting rid of that packaging and coming with this one, if I'm not mistaken, because their original is on sale on Juvia's Place website. Literally hair spray. Let me actually show you guys the original one if you haven't seen that. So this is the original Ready Set Seal by Juvia's Place. As you can see, the bottle kind of gives like Charlotte Tilbury. They both say Ready Set Sealed, but this one says Long Wear Continuous Setting Mist. This one just says Setting Spray. So I don't know if they're going to keep both or if they're just going to opt for this one. I'm not 100% sure, but that was definitely something I noticed because I went to try to look for it again. This, I'm just going to put MAC Stack on my lower lashes, and then we will be done with the makeup look. Alright you guys, so this concludes today's makeup look. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I feel like everything came together very nicely. I love the more warm tone blushes. I really do love that. I feel like with the Huda Beauty blush palettes, they definitely, you have to build them up. The only one that I did not use yet is the pink palette, the baby pink palette. So I feel like for my next makeup look, I want to use that one. So I want to create like an eye look that I saw. And I want to be able to use that baby pink palette just to see if it is more pigmented than the other two or if you still have to build it up like the other two. Again, I really love shade 300 from Haus Labs. If you are medium neutral skin tone, this is definitely the shade for you. If we are shade twins, I feel like it is the perfect shade for us in like that fall winter month. I feel like even come summertime, I might be able to mix shade 300 and 330 to really get like my perfect like tan shade. But overall, I really do like the look. I am feeling very matte and dry with that Juvia's Place. I'm telling you, go into your local Ulta just to see if yours has it because it's not online yet in that particular one. But other than that, you guys, this is the completed look. I'm really loving this lip combo. I might honestly have to leave that sitting on my vanity so I know what I use because I really like the way that it looks. But yes, this is it, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all stay safe, be blessed, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye.